Hey gang, get your dynamic warm-up going and I'm going to talk to you about what I've got for you with leg day today. We are going to be doing a traditional superset setup here where we'll be going back and forth between primarily quad focused exercise and a primarily glute focused exercise. Supersetting between 2-3 times. I will use a timer for this so that we all stay at the same pace or tempo. We will have a cardio starter to get us all warmed up. So what are you going to need to successfully get through this workout? I'm going to be using a bench for some elevated glute raises as well as some one-legged squats. If you've got a chair available to you, that will work for both of those exercises. And I've got my risers out because I'm going to be doing some uneven squatting here. If you don't have risers, 1 foot on your bottom step will do the same thing. Anything that's going to give you an uneven stance for those squats will get the job done. And if you don't have it, no worries. You're just going to be giving me some traditional squats for that. Leg weights, so heavier end of things. That's what you're going to need to gather up for this workout. We're going to get started with a quick 3-minute cardio burst here, get everything warmed up, and then we're going to jump right into our supersets. So finish up your dynamic warm-up, come back to me, and let's get this leg day rolling. I'm going to quickly run through the 6 exercises we have in this cardio starter. If you want to give me some active rest while you watch this, knock your socks off. First one is that side lunge shuffle. I'm trying to warm up our legs in a similar movement that we will see later in the workout. So side lunge shuffle, straight leg, bend that outside leg, touch, reach in the middle, touch, reach in the middle, okay? Side lunge shuffle. Then we're going to do a modified jump squat. Touch, together, touch, together, touch. If that's too much impact for you, you can just give me mountaintop squats there. Then we're going to do a one-sided jack with a good tempo there. Come down to with a little bend in your leg. Then we'll go out to a walkout plank. Hinge at the hip, walk out to a nice plank. Walk back up. Let's warm those hips up a little bit with that one. High-low sumo punch, knees, toes, exaggerated stance going in the same direction. I'm going to get low, punch high, low there, and I'll tell you when to switch sides on that one. Then we've got downhill skiers. You guys know this one. Reach, hip hinge, back. Look at the bend I've got in my leg there. Reach, bend, okay? So finish up your your active rest if you've got that going. I'm going to get the timer going and we're going to knock these out at a 20-10 timer. I'm going to quickly demo. If you need to give me an active rest here, get it started. Our 2 exercises are the split squat. Remember to get your proper positioning for the split squat. You can start in this kneeling position, raise up to this V stance, and this is where your feet are going to stay throughout the split squat. Okay, you're going to have a weight in each hand. We're going to do 20 seconds on one side, followed by 20 seconds on the other. Use your training buddy here, your mirror, to see how low can you get in your split squat. How close can you get that knee to the floor? Then I'm going to grab some heavier weights for a Romanian or a stiff-legged deadlift. So my legs are straight but not locked. These weights ride down the front of my shins. I'm keeping a neutral neck. I've got an engaged core, and I come back up pulling hamstring and glute, okay? What I'd like us to do here is do 20 seconds with our toes turned in slightly. Then the last 20 seconds, we'll turn our toes out slightly. And you're going to feel that indifference points of your hamstring and glute, all right? Grab the heavy weights you need for split squat, deadlift. I'm gonna get our timer going. Okay, let's start with split squats here. Here we go, down and up. What's your biggest range of movement here? We've got 20 seconds on each leg throughout our superset. Good job. We'll get a beep, switch. I had to set the timer to beep because we know the odds of me remembering to tell you to switch halfway throughout this workout are slim to none. Now, I've only plugged in a 10-second break between exercises. So, it's quick. Grab that deadlift weight, toes in slightly. Here we go. Keep that core engaged. The quick transition should keep that heart rate elevated. We're working different muscle groups here, so that shouldn't be a problem. Put that down. Oh no, don't put it down. Toes out. Toes out, team. You were doing it. I wasn't. So sorry. Deadlift, toes out. I'll get the hang of it here. Oh, mercy. Break. Now we put them down. My mistake. Grab that split squat weight. I'm going to start with my right leg forward. Here we go. First beat we hear. We'll switch legs. Lower that back knee and up. That front knee should be staying behind my toe. Switch. It's a quick switch with a split squat. That's why I didn't have that rear leg elevated. I wanted it to be a quick switch of legs here. Break. Deadlift. Toes in. 20 seconds. Toes out. 20 seconds. Here we go. I'll get it this time. Now, if the 10-second transition is too quick for you, just hit pause. Easy enough to do. What's going to be toes out? Affecting your heart rate here is your weight selection. The heavier the weight, the more you're asking that heart to pump. So that will also affect your heart rate here. As well as break. Your rep count. Split squat. Last time through, I'm going to have left leg forward to start. If you've got heavier weights, you're probably going to get in fewer reps. If you're going lighter here, then give me more reps. Good job. Switch sides quickly. Good. Lower that back knee and up. Front knee should not come over your toe. Use your mirror here. How low can you get? How much bend can you get in those legs? All right, deadlift. Last time through. Start with toes in. Here we go. Neutral neck. Weights right down the front of my legs. You know my core is engaged because I have a nice flat back. Toes out. Good job. All right, let me show you our next pair. If you want to give me an active rest, start it here. I am going to be doing reverse lunges here. Same concept as the split squat, so I figure while we've got the muscle memory going, reverse lunge. I come down, drop that knee as low as I can, back to a stand, down, stand. I don't have a straight leg back there. I am dropping that back knee and up, all right? Then I'm going to go into my sumo stance. I'm going to hold on to both weights for this. If you want to drop one and only do it with one weight or no weights, your call on this. Knees and toes, same direction. I'm going to get as low as I can and keep my torso upright. I'm going to bring that heel up as high as I can on one side, and I'm going to pulse for 20. Then I will quickly switch my plie to the other side and pulse for another 20. Okay? So gather up the weight that you need for reverse lunges, that you need for sumo plie pulse. I'll get the timer going. We're going to jump right in this. We want to keep that heart rate elevated throughout this leg day. Okay, reverse lunges. I'm going to start with the left leg plant here. There we go. Try to drop that knee as low as you can. Here's another way to challenge yourself. If you keep a bend in that front plant leg and keep it under tension, that's going to be more of a challenge than coming all the way to a stand. Switch sides. So, depending on what weights you have at home, if you just can't get heavy enough for this to be a challenge, keep a bend on that front plant leg. Keep it under tension. Good job. Okay, sumo plie, knees and toes. Same direction. Keep that torso upright. Get down in that sumo, one heel up. And we're kind of giving it a little pulse. I'm not coming all the way up here. Now if you need to come up just like in the reverse lunge, that gives you a little relief. Keep that heel as high as you can. Switch. Other heel. Keep that torso upright. Don't fall forward. This should burn if we're doing it right. Keep that heel up. Almost there. Woo! All right, reverse lunge. I'm going to have right leg forward this round, or start that way anyhow. Here we go. Again, if you need more time, just hit pause. No big deal there. Switch sides. Lower that back knee. What's your greatest range of motion on this? Good job. Sumo plie. I'm going to start with the plie on my left leg this time. Knees, toes, same direction. Here we go. Keep that torso upright. Don't let yourself fall forward here. Keep it upright. I gotta keep checking my heel. It sneaks down on me. Try to really keep that heel up as high as you can. Switch sides. It makes a difference. If you start to let it come down, it's just a different movement than if you're really trying to keep that up in the air. Pulse, pulse, pulse. We're almost there. Woo! Last round. I don't know about you, but my inner thighs are feeling it. I'm going to start with my left leg forward. Here we go. Good job. It's the beauty of leg day. using our big muscle group. Keep our heart rate fired up. Switch sides. Good work. All right, get ready for this last sumo. I'm going to start with a right side plie here. Down, heel up. Here we go. Good job. Keep that torso back. Use your mirror. Try to stay as low as you can. Whoop, my heel's dropping. Stay with me. Switch sides. Good job. You got to fight through the burn here. We got it. Keep that torso upright. Heel up. We're almost there. Stay with me. Oh, mercy. We did it. All right, let me show you our next pair. Okay, if you need some active rest, you can get it started here. I'm going to show you our next two exercises. I've got two different weights here for these. The first exercise we're going to be doing is a single leg deadlift, but I am doing it with a staggered stance here so that we can have a quick transition between the two legs. So it's a heel to toe stance. All the weight is in my plant leg, and I am holding the dumbbell on my plant leg side. I keep my torso and hips all squared up. Sometimes Cindy talks about holding a fist with that other hand to help keep everything square. Weight rides down the front of my leg. My neck stays neutral. My core is engaged. Pull up with hamstring and glute. Then I'm going to drop that weight and pick up a heavier weight for a goblet plus a side leg lift. So, vertical hold here. It's against my chest the other time. If at any point that weight comes off of my chest, then I know I'm leaning forward in my squat rather than sitting back in it. So, get a comfortable stance, hinge at the hip, butt goes down, come up, side leg lift, down, up, side leg lift, okay? That weight distribution and having to power off one leg is going to engage our leg muscles, really both quad and glute, a little differently by combining those two exercises. So grab two heavier weights here for the one-legged deadlift and the goblet, and I'm going to get our timer going. Okay, staggered stance, single leg deadlift. I'm going to start on my right side here. Heel to toe stance. Here we go. Down the front and up. Good job. Anyone that works out with short hair, message me, add a comment. How do I handle short hair? No rubber bands here is a shift for me. Switch sides. I've never had great hair, but I've always had enough hair to pull back in some way, shape, or form. So help me out if you can. What do I use here to keep this train wreck under control throughout my workouts? I'm in desperate need. All right, let's go to goblet. Side leg lift here. Vertical hold against my chest. Challenge your range of movement here. Down, up, side leg lift. Good. Nice job. Try to flex that foot. Get it out as high as you can. To the side. Asking a lot of our hips here today. That was only halfway. Some of you were hoping I'd forget and put my weight down, weren't ya? Yeah, it was close, I'm not going to lie. Full disclosure. Keep going. Nice. Okay, back to the deadlift. This time I'm going to start on my left side. Here we go. Good job. Keep that core tight. If you poke yourself in your abdomen, is it engaged? Keep that weight close to your shin. And try to keep those shoulders square. Your plant leg switch sides is the leg you should really be feeling this on. Only go down as low as you can while keeping proper form. I can get all the way to the floor if I release my core tension. My back becomes rounded and I can get down to the floor. But you need to keep your proper form there on those deadlifts. Here we go. How low can you get in your goblet? Good exercise to use your mirror on, because we don't have to worry about a neutral neck here. So use your mirror, challenge yourself. How low can you get in this while keeping that weight against your chest? Now for Cindy and I, the weight is honest to John against our chest. Why? Because we have very small chests. Those of you that are more well endowed than Cindy and I are, I just want it to be touching the front of your chest, whether it's touching your rib cage, here we go, or your chest. Hold it against your chest, and at no time does it come away from your chest, because the moment it comes away, I know your form has gone awry in that goblet squat. Switch. Good job. Almost there. Okay, goblet side leg lift. Vertical hold. Challenge your range of movement here. As with everything, if you're going lighter with your weight selection here, just because that's what you have available, then you need to give me more reps. If you're heavier, because you have the luxury of a nice selection of weights, then you may not be getting in as many reps than if you had lighter weights. Almost there. Stick with your form. Woo! All right, let me show you the next pair. Okay, active rest while I demo if you so choose. I've got a lighter weight in the scheme of my leg weights here, and I'm only going to be needing one of them throughout this superset. So, first one is a side lunge. I'm going to hold one weight horizontally against my chest. Straight, inside plant. All the bend is happening on this outside leg. Hinge at the hip, go back and push, okay? That hip hinge is important. My hip goes back there. Push. I do not come forward here to try to get low, okay? So, side leg lunge. Hold one weight horizontally or no weights at all if that's a bit of a challenge for you. Some people do like to hold two dumbbells. I find that tends to pull us forward, and that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that hip hinge with my hip going back there. And then functional fitness team, we've got one-legged bench squats here. So you guys know my usual spiel here. Plant one leg, sit down on your chair or bench. I'm going to hold a weight against my chest, and I'm going to push up, powering up as one unit with my one leg. I do not want you snaking up through that movement. It is a strong power move up. Now, if holding a weight is too much, do it with no weights. If you're still struggling to get up, then I want you to put your weight, your dumbbell down on the floor. That's going to become your kickstand here for the leg you're not using. And I still want you to think about powering straight up here, okay? Even if you want to use your hands, power up and down, power up and down for this one-legged box squat, okay? So lighter weight for side lunges, one-legged box squat. I'm going to get the timer going. Let's roll this while our heart rates are still elevated. All right, team, here we go. Side lunges with or without weight, your call. These will inevitably, here we go, get your heart rate going, I promise. Another good one for your mirror, because I am not worrying about a neutral neck here, so I can keep an eye on my mirror and see how low can I get with that outside leg by bending my leg. Switch side, that was not a graceful switch. And getting low on that outside leg. Don't fold in half at the waist. Bend that outside leg and send that hip back. I would rather have you hold no weight and get a bigger range of motion there. All right, box squat, one-legged. Weight or no weight, kickstand or no kickstand. Here we go. Power straight up and down. Good. Up. Such functional fitness. So important that we have the balance, the core strength, and the leg strength, the knee stability, switch sides to do this exercise. And such a simple one to do at home, right? We all have kitchen chairs. So, do this on your kitchen chair a couple times a day. Just try getting up with one leg. Good job, we're almost there. All right, side lunges. Weight against your chest. Bend that outside leg and push. Especially important on that push down at the bottom that you keep that core tight right there. I'm really thinking about keeping a tight core. Switch sides. I cheated and looked at the timer so that my transition wouldn't be quite so ugly. So, oh mercy. Bend that outside leg. I know these are tough. They are for me because my hips are so tight. But this is another important one to keep in our arsenal here. All right, one-legged box squat. That 10-second break starts to bite you in the you-know-what right about now. Think about going straight up, down, straight up, down. Good job. Try not to just fall down. If you can have some control on the down, even better. But if you're still just getting a hang of it, it's okay. Power it up. Think about how strong you are. Power that up with one leg. Use that kickstand if you need it. All right, last round here. Side lunges. Here we go. Bend that outside leg and push. Good. Woo! You really got to think about form here. I know we're getting tired. I am. Bend, push. Really come out for a nice lateral movement there. Push. Switch sides. I definitely feel stronger on one side than the other. That's normal. That's why we do these one-sided exercises, to try to balance those muscle imbalances that we all have. All right. Box squat, one-legged, last round. Here we go. Power up and down. Strong movement here. Good. You almost have to find a spot for your vision, your visual, to help you with balance. Good. Switch. Good job. You guys all know this by now, but hopefully you've been counting your rep counts left and right and trying to remain fairly consistent between your left and right leg. Woo! All right, one more pair to do together. Okay, get your active rest going if you would like here. This is the superset where I am going to be using my risers here. Again, if you don't have risers, you can stack up some books. You can be on your bottom step. And if you don't have any of those things, then what I'm going to ask you to do is that uneven stance, that heel to toe stance that we did with the deadlift. You're going to do the same thing here. Weight in each hand, ski squat, which means our stance is fairly close. Hinge at the hip, get as low as you can, and back up. If you do have elevation, same concept, right? All the work is going to be more so in the plant leg. Weight in each hand, get as low as you can, and back up. All the tension is on that plant leg, and then it's just a quick switch halfway through. Then you just need a single heavy dumbbell here for a weighted glute raise. Now, if you have a bench or a chair, something to put your back against, it's going to look something like this. I want my ankles underneath, stacked underneath my knees. If they're too far out or too far in, it's going to affect the effectiveness of this exercise. So I don't know if affecting effectiveness is proper terminology, but you get the gist. Ankles under knees, weight on that side of my hip bone, between the knee and the hip, is where I'm holding the weight. I want you to find a spot straight up ahead on the ceiling that relieves the tension in your neck. I don't want you looking here. That's a lot of tension in that spine. So find the spot on the ceiling that's going to give you a neutral look. And it's going to move, if here is my eyesight, as I go down, my eyes move this way and then back up in order to keep that neck neutral. I want you pushing through the heels. In fact, I'd like your toes off the ground completely for that. Now, if you do not have a bench or chair, anything to use for that, you're simply going to do a glute bridge, a weighted glute bridge on the floor. Same concept, ankles under knees, hold that weight here, push up, pause at the top, push through those heels, down, up, pause at the top, okay? Now, that is a 40-second one where there is no change halfway. We are just doing the weighted glute raise for 40 seconds, okay? So heavier weight, pair of dumbbells for the uneven ski squat. I'm going to get the timer going, and let's finish this one up. All right, ski squats, uneven, dumbbell in each hand. You have a staggered stance if you're on the floor. Try to get as low as you can and up, down, up. Good job. Use your mirror here. How much bend can you get? I'm trying to shoot my hips back. For the ski squat, the uneven stance challenges that plant leg even more. Quick switch. There you go. Nice job. I'll do the next round with a staggered stance so you can see that one as well. Good. 10 seconds, pretty quick. Get into your weighted glute raise. Ankles under knees. Hold that weight. Find that neutral neck position with your eyes down, up. Pause at the top here, push through those heels. If you have your legs in the proper position, you should be on fire here. This is the end of the workout. Keep going. If you're not feeling it at all, then I would ask you to look at your positioning there. Are your ankles under your knees? Keep that neutral line of sight. Pause at the top. And push through the heels. Okay, I'm going to do a staggered stance with those of you that don't have the elevation here for this. I've got a heel to toe stance, ski squat, getting as low as I can here. The work is predominantly in my flat foot leg. Quick switch. Good. Woo. Nice job, team. Okay. Quick glute bridge. You get all the sound effects. Here we go. Push through the heels, ankles under knees, pause at the top. Good job. These hurt. In a good way. Keep going. Good job. What this tells me is I did a good job working my glutes and hamstrings throughout this workout, because I am feeling it now. Okay, last round here. I'll start over here. Here we go. Good job. Whew. Try to get as much bend as you can in this flat-footed leg if you're using the elevation. If it's just too uncomfortable for you, if you don't like the feeling, then feel free to do the staggered stance ski squat, absolutely. Both of them are going to give you the same outcome. Some of us, it becomes ankle flexibility on the step. Here, we just can't get the ankle flex. We need to get down on that. Last round, ankles under knees, push through the heel. Here we go. Keep that neck neutral by changing your gaze from ceiling, down in front of you, back to ceiling. Pause at the top. Good job. Keep going. If you're on the floor doing a glute bridge, make sure you're really pausing at the top of that, pushing through your heels. Good job. We're almost there. Oh, mercy. All right, that was a quick superset leg workout. Thanks for helping me through it. I'm going to tag a quick leg stretch onto this post if you'd like it. Great job today. If you've got any hair suggestions, let me know. I'll see you next time.